yo. Wow.
And who loves you? And who do you love?
Your computer never seemed to have a mind of its own.
Whoa. Relax.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
Wow, this is freaking hell.
Rice, beef, fish, poultry, wheat, and
Live from the new kingdom, it's the Our Big Dumb Mouth podcast. Now, here's your host.
That's crazy, man.
Midnight Mike, Joe, and Rich.
I'm excited to speak with Matt.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another fun-filled podcast adventure. Hooray. My name is Midnight Mike. Cretch is over there on screen. Yes.
I hate this place.
Why is he
Nothing
excited
works
to speak
here.
to someone named
Medications
Matt?
don't work.
Well, he's decided to speak to a person or someone named Matt because he maybe had very interesting Bigfoot or Sasquatch information that no one else had.
I'm excited to speak with Matt.
But
Sounds more like some sort of hookup.
But if you notice, he was excited to speak with Matt, but was that excitement for Alan?
They gave me the number to a man named Alan.
That excitement wasn't there.
I'm on my
They
way
get
to
this
speak with a
number
guy
off
named
of,
Chris.
All right, there he's on
That
the way.
number off of a bathroom stall.
So I'm on my way to speak with a gentleman named Ron.
Ron. Also not excited to talk to Ron, Chris, or Alan, but definitely Matt. So we'll figure that out. We'll figure out. They don't give last names. You can't look these people up to figure out what they had to say, other than what they told people on the Expedition Bigfoot, which I watch every season of.
When these people appeared on the show, was their face blurred out like 1990s cops?
No, they weren't. Well, I think some of them kind of stood in the shadows a little bit. So it was dark. It was
Did he have a
mysterious.
box over his head?
No, I think you could pretty much figure out who
Were
these
they
guys
wearing
were.
Sasquatch masks?
No,
That would be great.
no, I don't think so.
Spacemen.
No, they weren't dressed up in monkey suits either.
It had to be a man in a monkey suit.
No, they weren't doing any of that. It was just dudes that live in Northwest United States who have happened to encountered Bigfoot, Sasquatch. They've told their story probably to every family member until they annoyed all of their family members, and so they turned.
Shut up.
Yeah, it's like, go talk to this guy on the show. Go tell your story to him. He's willing to drive out to talk to you. So I'd love to
go write your name on the bathroom stall at Buc-ee's, and the Expedition Bigfoot people will call you.
Yeah, I have seen Bigfoot. Here's my number. It's right on every rest stop.
I've seen Bigfoot. Want to know more? Call.
Everything in Northern California, Seattle, Oregon. It's right at every rest stop.
For more info, call.
Yeah.
I'm excited to speak with Matt.
Yeah.
Be here at 3 a.m.
Well, it is Wednesday, people. We do have some house cleaning to do right now. Audio house cleaning.
House cleaning?
Well, you know. We got to do what we got to do.
Do you mean housekeeping?
Housekeeping. Yeah, I guess that's what I meant.
I thought you were going to turn on your vacuum and just start vacuuming.
I mean, I can do that. I can turn on the vacuum.
Not that one.
I don't think people really want me to start vacuuming, so. I do have...
Well, it's the only reason I flew back today.
Yeah.
Alex Jones place.
Just doing some sweeping over here.
Just leave that running the entire time.
Okay.
So that when these clips inevitably end up on No Agenda, there's a vacuum in the background.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We're going to go back to Thursday. Can everyone hear the vacuum, or do I need to turn it up a little bit more? Here. There we
Bring
go.
it up a bit.
A little bit right there.
It does cut out on Zoom when you talk. But
Oh, okay. Well,
in the show recording.
let me turn it off. There we go. We're going to go to Thursday the 6th. Here we go. Alex Jones Clips of the Week.
Emergency, emergency, emergency. Because we're in the time of emergency. I'm gone. Sayonara, baby. I'm getting in the escape pod and it looks like a trash can. It's lizard venom. My doctor's Jack Daniels. Oh, I take the COVID shot. It's so good. Oh, it's costing us money. Oh my God, it's all true. These are really stupid people. This is so obvious. You can do it. You can do it. You come on. You can do it. Pound Town. Deep dish.
Pound Town and Deep Dish. That's the name. So do you want to be Pound Town or Deep Dish for the show?
Yeah, I'm not playing that game.
Well, okay.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it's not bad. You know, those are some pretty cool G.I. Joe names. But
I don't think any of those are cool G.I. Joe names.
you don't like a character named Deep Dish? He's from Chicago. He's a guy from Chicago. They call him Deep Dish.
Yeah.
What about Pound Town?
Bathroom stalls about Bigfoot and meetings at 3 a.m.
All right, we're going to go to Friday. Here we go.
All right, I'm out of control here. I'm sorry. And your piss is going to be basically between green and black. Because that's just how I am. I'm an asshole. Daddy's getting ready to cut up the turkey. Don't be scared of the pussy. For the boing department, God put me close to Joe. I certainly don't take the Lord's name in vain. I just did that as an example. I don't even like cussing, but the public's so into it now. And shit, fuck, goddamn. Lord. The point is that if that'll get you to listen and the incredible peril we're in, then I'll do it. Because I got a big vocabulary. Mike and I didn't talk before he come on. We're trying to get him on for a month. Play with Sally Rotten Crotches, Pretty Pink Panties, roll out the robots, shoot the guys with blue helmets. That's what made the world go round. Well, sounds like a prank call. I have no idea what you're talking about. You stupid jackasses.
Well, he's on a roll. He's just going off. Now, I guess he's going to start cursing more because that's what people want to hear.
I want to hear that. It's a family show.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't think he's on broadcast, regular FCC compliant radio anymore. So that's out the window.
Yeah, but he says he wants to do a family show.
It's a family show.
He does say that quite frequently, but...
Excuse me. It's a family show. I'm serious, though. See... It's a family show, but I just the veneers.
Yeah, it's no longer a family show.
I'm sorry, family show. Really, this is a family show.
We're going to go to Monday and see if it continues to be a family show.
General, your Zoom completely cut out for the last 30 seconds. Let's just wait till it stabilizes. Yeah, he's frozen. We got to reconnect. I intend to take some calls from Mike. Is that an accurate statement, Mike? Masturbate 10 times a day. Mike and I can finish each other's sentences because this is the real thing we're looking at. So sorry, your Zoom completely cut out there. They want my uterus. This is a real plan. And now we're here, Mike. Trump is in your garbage. We got to talk about the ramifications of this getting shot down, Mike. Wow. Isn't that interesting?
How many times did you call in?
Well, I had the day off, so I like to call. And he keeps picking up on me, so that's great. I like the image of Trump rummaging around in people's garbage. He's like Bigfoot or Goat Man, digging through people's trash cans looking for a tasty morsel. Let's see. Oh,
is that an accurate statement, Mike?
Yeah. Okay. That's not bad. Oh, I do like this one.
This is a real plan, and now we're here, Mike.
Yes. And then this one's good.
Trump is in your garbage.
It's like a threat. Here we go. We're going to Tuesday.
Making sure that you're properly separating your recyclables.
Probably, yeah, that is the responsibility of the executive branch, I believe.
It's in the Constitution.
Here we go, Tuesday.
Abraham Lincoln wouldn't be putting up with this. The insufferable Ben Shapiro. The main way they want to do it is anal sex when they're doing it. We stone women to death, throw gays off buildings. We will rape all the women. It's a sex demon. You're getting pissed on by men and bathing in feces and laying in coffins.
It doesn't sound like family show topics to me, but what do I know? The family's evolving. Kids are learning about things much younger. So, Wednesday, here's the last one.
Obamacare is like being raped with a cactus. Here it is. And I'm secretly jerking off under the table. Oh God, I'm going to win. I'm really doing it right now. And I'm watching Obama literally strangle this black woman in front of me. Come on, you pissed on Graves. Do we really want to blow Trump? Done. Gatorade and the Snickers bars and the coffee and the nachos and the cigarettes and the lottery tickets. Hillary's been executed. I don't have the money. Supposed to be at Mar-a-Lago tomorrow. With some people, and I wasn't even going to go. I guess I got to go. I guess I got to go to the White House. Play with yourself. Sorry, I'm reading wrong. It's so hard to read. This makes me mad.
Some good ones in there. Definitely some solid ones in there.
Why was he reiterating a list of stuff from a gas station?
I don't know. The gas station talk come back up. It's a little different.
Gatorade and the Snickers bars and the coffee and the nachos and the cigarettes and the lottery tickets. Cigarettes and lottery tickets and chewing tobacco and Hot Pockets and honey buns and
Nachos
coffee
only.
and Gatorade and Coca-Cola and aspirin and lighters and ice cream and potato chips and magazines.
Wanted to get those last few in there.
But the new one in his list is nachos.
Oh.
Gatorade and the Snickers bars and the
And Snickers,
coffee
too.
and the nachos and the cigarettes and the lottery tickets.
Maybe that's a little ad placement. You know, he's mentioning like brand names. Like Snickers is a brand name. You know, it's something specific
aren't
there.
technically honey buns a brand name?
I suppose you're right, but they're so ubiquitous with that style of bakery treat that everything's a honey bun. It looks like a honey bun, you know, even though they may not be. Kind of like the word Google became just, you know, synonymous with like searching for something. Honey buns are the same way. All right, well, there's your Alex Jones Clips of the Week. Hope everyone enjoyed that. We're going to move on and do some...
I'm glad he's still on the air sharing his insight and his unique delivery style with the world.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to go away. I think he's just going to continue doing this until he's put in jail or he dies. I think that's it. He's a born broadcaster, and he will continue to do a podcast or a broadcast. It doesn't matter. Some kind of cast.
Some kind of cast.
Maybe he's going to be a streamer. He's going to hop online and play Fortnite. I'll watch it. All right, we're going to do some news. Here we go.
Pass.
Have you heard the news, Cratchit?
Probably. What news are we talking about today? I've been in airports all day, so...
Well, there's a big Jeffrey Epstein problem now.
No, there's not.
It's huge. It is.
Oh, look, these emails we found from 2011 are suddenly news again.
This is completely new information. But that's what we're talking about here, because
right.
this is going absolute bonkers all over the place. It's like it is very weird. It's just like 3 pages, and there's not much really.
There's nothing there. Even the New York Times came out and said, like, well, there's nothing substantive here, and it's already been discredited by the congressional testimony, but we're going to run it anyway.
Yeah, and so there's...
Because it deflects from them turning the government back on to go back to doing chemtrails.
Yeah, so,
whatever the hell.
but
by the way, as somebody who spent a lot of time in the sky over the last week, there ain't no chemtrails up there right now. It's beautiful.
Really? It's a chemtrail-free sky up there?
Chemtrail-free sky.
All right. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
That's awesome.
That deserves a Chicken City.
Okay, you want a little Chicken City? Let's see.
We got Chicken City.
There you go. But here's the headline here. Epstein disclosed how to blackmail Trump into political debt. Newly released emails show. Now, this email exchange was between Epstein and writer Michael Wolff back in 2015. Newly released emails show Jeffrey Epstein and a writer discussing how the disgraced financier could possibly create political currency with the President Trump, that is. The email exchange was between Epstein and writer Michael Wolff in 2015. ABC News reported Wolff has written 4 books about the Trump presidencies. Wow, really? 4 books? That's a lot.
I bet they're all like even-handed, like just neutral, telling the facts as it is.
That's a lot to write about. Just if you think about it, Trump has now only been president 5 years. He's basically written a book for just about every year Trump has been president. Huh. That's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, this guy needs a hobby that's not.
Well, I bet these books are selling. That's the only reason why you write 5 of them is that
that's
they're
true.
selling.
All you have to do is come up with a goofball title, put Trump's face on the book, and guaranteed people will buy it.
Yeah. Huh. Quote, I hear CNN planning to ask Trump tonight about his relationship with you, either on air or in scrum afterwards, Wolff wrote to Epstein in December 2015, according to ABC News. Quote, if we were to craft an answer for him, what do you think it should be? Epstein reportedly replied. I think we should let him hang himself, Wolff replied, according to the ABC News. If he says he hasn't been on the plane or to your house, that gives you valuable PR and political currency. You can hang him in a way that potentially generates a positive benefit for you. Or if it really looks like he could win, you could save him, generating a debt. Of course, it is possible. When asked, he'll say Jeffrey is a great guy and has gotten a raw deal and is a victim of political correctness, which is to be outlawed in a Trump regime. This is back in 2015. And Wolff, a writer, is talking to him like, as a writer, should you be really colluding with somebody to create blackmail material? Or
well, if you're on one side of the political spectrum, that's A-okay.
That's very interesting. Like, in this guy, Wolff has written many books about Trump. I'm sure has engaged with Trump. Very interesting. The emails are part of more than 23,000 documents received by the House Oversight Committee related to the Epstein case from the Justice Department. Epstein, a disgraced financier. We already know all this.
Is he a multimillionaire or a billionaire? Because
they just call him a disgraced financier. He probably was a billionaire. They're just not talking about it.
I don't know.
President Trump has not been accused of wrongdoing in the case. Yeah, he has. This writer has not been on Twitter or social media or listened to any of the members of Congress. They do accuse Trump of many wrongdoings.
Of everything.
ABC News has also noted that the entire context of the emails was not clear based on the partial release of the documents. Also, some information was redacted, including names of Epstein's alleged victims. Well, I believe one of those victims' names, it has already been unredacted because these are things that are known. I believe it was Virginia Giuffre who died. So by them blacking it out, they're forcing people to jump to conclusions that it's an unknown victim, but it's not. Virginia Giuffre, who is a known victim, who died coincidentally before she could really, I guess, speak her entire piece.
Yeah, after she came out and said, I'm not going to commit suicide, and then she committed suicide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, well.
So this is going absolutely viral. The story is going absolutely bonkers. And people are thinking it's like, this is new information. Some of the emails definitely do not make Trump look good because they're saying he's a dog that won't bark. Insinuating
what's that mean?
Well,
I'm just wondering because they've been running that quote all day, and I've heard about 27 different variations of.
And this is the way I read it. So they're saying Trump knew all this information about Jeffrey Epstein. He knew the entire situation with the underage girls, like trafficking, all that stuff. But he chose not to tell anybody about it. He was observant, and so he didn't bark. He didn't tell anybody. That's what I'm getting at. So he kept quiet because he, too, is guilty of some of the things that Jeffrey Epstein is probably guilty of. But that's just the accusation. That's just what we have to infer from these emails. Now, this does not look good. if you look at the polls, and these polls, Cretched, I mean, these polls, pretty impressive when it comes to how this is swaying the American public.
By the way, the phrase "the dog that didn't bark" is actually from a Sherlock Holmes story.
Oh.
Insinuating that because the dog didn't bark, it knew the criminal.
Oh, okay.
And thus was familiar with it and didn't bark. So Trump knew Epstein, which we know is true, and so he didn't bark. So that now doesn't make sense.
Okay, well, up here on Kalshi, this is Kalshi.com. They are estimating there is a 53% chance that Trump will be impeached again.
Oh, well.
So if you can qualify that, let's say the midterm elections next year. Is it next year? 2 years?
Next year. Yeah.
Yeah, next year. And you have Democrats take the...
They're going to take the House.
Does impeachment have to start in the House and then is tried by the Senate? Or is it the other way around?
It's got to be brought forth, I believe, in the House, and then the Senate confirms it. So, yeah, the House can bring forth articles of impeachment.
Right. So if the midterms do not go well for the Republicans, then I would say this is not a 53% chance. It's a 110% chance.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's bad news. Bad things are happening.
Now, we only saw 3 emails. What about the rest?
I thought they said 23,000 pages.
Well, they only released 3.
Oh.
And there's other people named.
This is the best 3 they got?
There's other people named, like the former, I guess, economic envoy to Syria, John Barak. I think his name John Barak. He was named in these emails, and the stuff he said, well, I think way more scandalous. And this is not even this is all political theater at this point. No. Obviously, it's being used as a weapon to get Trump out of power, and they're conveniently ignoring all the other stuff that is going on, all the other people, and whether or not Jeffrey Epstein had links to the CIA or Mossad. They're ignoring all that. And so maybe some of that would be in the other 23,000 pages, maybe not. We still have yet to get the director of the CIA to testify under oath to comment on this. And
Brennan?
No, not Brennan. You can get the current person. Get the current person.
Who's the current schmo in charge?
We don't know who that person is. We'll never know.
We don't know what's happening.
DCIA. No, you freaking thing. It's an acronym. Stop correcting my spelling.
Mm-hmm. Who is it? Oh, I know who it is.
Waiting for.
It's coming. I got it right here.
Tom Papper.
Tom Papper.
Tom Papper.
It is John Ratcliffe.
Yeah.
Paul Menegay, a 7-year-old.
It's not Paul Menegay, a 7-year-old.
I would like to see a 7-year-old run the CIA. We might get some shit done.
Couldn't be any worse.
No. All right. Well, I got another one. In case anyone is wondering, hey, what about all the rest of the documents? I'd really like to see those. Can you please release them? Well, there are members of Congress that are actively seeking to get these released. And one such member is Tim Burchett of Tennessee. We like him. He's on the UAP task force. He likes to say things like "dadgum." He's just a down home kind of Tennessee kind of guy, and so he brought a motion to see if he can get the rest of these documents out there. I'll bring this up on screen. Let's see what happened.
I think that's one of the concerns with the government reopening, which means Congress will swear in their whoever was the
new member,
the lady who had the special election, and she said she's going to vote for it, which means they would have over a majority necessary to actually release the documents. So why don't they turn around and release the documents? Oh, I know why, because of Israel.
Well, yeah. This is Timmy boy talking about it right here.
Hey everybody, Tim Burchett just left the House floor.
You know what I'm going to do? I think you know what I'm going to do.
Wait, he does these walk-in talks all the time. He did one about UFOs. He goes out on the street and he just starts walking back to his office talking about UFOs. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, this is where he can find a time. This is where he live streams, and this is
y'all. I'm busy right now. Look at me go.
It's kind of like the start to his Twitch channel, where people can Twitch stream games, or some people can Twitch stream, real life. And so Tim Burchett is kind of doing like an IR, in real life kind of stream.
An IRL?
IRL, that's right.
You said an IR.
Yeah, well, I forgot a letter. But here's Tim Burchett talking about the rest of the documents. Come on, let's do it.
Hey everybody, Tim Burchett. Just left the House floor, and I tried to do a UC, unanimous consent, of tried to get the Epstein files, get it straight to the floor, just to cut out all this nonsense. And, and the Democrats blocked it, oddly enough. Now here they've had it for 4 years, and they, obviously if there's something there about Trump, they would have released it. And now they're all, let's get it out, let's get it out. Well, I just made a motion to bring it straight to the dadgum floor, and they blocked it.
He said
they blocked
again.
it. So this is politics. It has nothing to do with what's doing what's right. And it's Washington, D.C. to a T. And again, they ought to be ashamed of themselves, but they're probably not. Thank y'all for sending me here.
All right. Well, that's his assessment of what's going on. And he got no movement on this. So I suspect if we see more documents, it's going to be a trickle, and there'll be somewhat a trickle, somewhat Trump related. So
they said they have 23,000 pages. Do you think they'll release 3 pages a day?
Well, they could do that over 75 years, kind of like Pfizer.
Well, would they be working weekends? I don't know, because it'd be like 20 some years at least. But yeah, maybe a steady drip, drip, drip,
something like that. And so they gotta maintain the visibility of. I mean, it is a scandal. It is absolutely a scandal. And all these pages need to be released. All heads of intelligence services need to be questioned under oath. And we got to figure out who was really behind this. Was Jeffrey Epstein much more than just a human trafficker? Was he also a gun runner?
He was a disgraced financier.
Well, that's what they're telling us. They're totally leaving out his hobnobbing with diplomats and the ruling elite. They're really curating the story, and it's really unfortunate. Trump is just one puzzle piece, and he might even be like a small puzzle piece. Like, he's the president right now, but everything that led to this moment, there's a whole bunch of people that enabled Jeffrey Epstein to get where he was and to create the connections that he had and exert the influence that he had. So a lot of this needs to be unwound, and I doubt it will be. So let's see here.
By the way, since we've been talking, Michael Wolff has written another book about.
Oh, yes. So he's up to, 5 now?
5 or 6, I guess.
Maybe 4?
All right.
I think it's a little more than 5.
Israel's, if you go on Twitter, Israel's back on the list when it comes to Epstein. People are really pushing that angle, which is understandable. That the Israeli spy stayed for weeks at a time with Jeffrey Epstein in Manhattan. This has also been part of the release. This has been brought back up. Here's another one: is Jeffrey Epstein and the Mossad, how the sex trafficker helped Israel build a blackmail a back channel to Russia amid Syrian civil war. That sounds like a huge scandal. Then another headline:
yeah, don't end those wars. Why are you ending wars?
Jeffrey Epstein helped broker Israeli security agreement with Mongolia. Oh, that sounds pretty good.
Israel provides security for Mongolia.
Good news on that front.
I guess so. I didn't realize that Israel made a security agreement with Mongolia, but that's pretty important.
Let's see what they're doing here. Israel, Mongolia. Now I'm curious what's going on.
Yeah, what's going on in Mongolia besides barbecue? Sorry.
What else is going on? On December 25th, Christmas 2024, Israel's Agency for International Development Cooperation agreed to support the Mongolian national movement Billion Trees to improve the green spaces, forest reserves, and to stimulate planting tree activities.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's some news.
Sounds like they're just sending a bunch of money over there, which may be what they mean by security.
Security guarantees, a security agreement. So we give $4 billion to Israel. Israel gives a few bucks to Mongolia. All right.
No, I think it's more we give a bunch of money to Mongolia and we own whatever's over there.
All right. Well, Pam Bondi, I think she's chiming in right now with some stuff, but I don't know. Let's see here. So this comes from X. I grabbed this one real quick, and this has to do with the Clintons, because you can't talk about Epstein without the Clintons. And so some new documents have come to light, Gretchen. All of a sudden.
23,000 documents?
Well, these are different documents related to possibly the Clinton Foundation. So we'll play this. So this is like all breaking all at once. It's almost like tit-for-tat. If you release this, we're releasing that. And I hope this continues because it's really entertaining. And we might actually get some elements of truth. We'll find out, maybe.
The Clinton corruption files. Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel have now shown Congress documents about former President Bill and former First Lady Hillary Clinton's foundation and evidence that they collected donations from foreign and domestic interest-seeking influence. And the fact that AG Bondi and Director Patel just found this new cache of documents is raising concerns that this evidence was kept from previous prosecutors' investigating the Clinton Foundation and the pay-to-play allegations against the Clinton family, a decade ago. So officials familiar with the matter have said that the documents will make clear that there was some kind of effort to obstruct legitimate inquiries into the foundation by blocking real investigation by line-level FBI agents and DOJ field prosecutors and keeping them from following the money. So you can read more about this bombshell story over at Just the News.
Yeah.
That didn't sound like a bombshell. She wasn't excited.
No.
I've had enough problems without that one.
That should be like an AJ3 bombshell.
Yeah, she wasn't. It was barely a bomb. There was no shell.
She was a
very poor delivery. But maybe these people they're so tired of the Clintons and the scandals. This is just another, drop in the bucket. No one can be outraged by this. So, but they're trying. That's the angle that they got. Is like, hey,
yeah, that was kind of. So if you, I like your theory that was like a tit for tat. If that's what it was, that was kind of weak.
It was a kind of a weak tit. You need a powerful tat. Maybe
that was the tat.
Yeah, okay, that was a bad tat. But things are continuing to happen. So here's Caroline Levitt firing back at reporters over this most recent release of the Epstein documents, these letters that have come out. Here we go. We'll bring this up on screen for people. Here we go.
Did the president ever spend hours at Jeffrey Epstein's house with a victim?
These emails prove absolutely nothing other than the fact that President Trump did nothing wrong. And what President Trump has always said is that he was from Palm Beach, and so was Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein was a member at Mar-a-Lago until President Trump kicked him out because Jeffrey Epstein was a pedophile and he was a creep. And this email you refer to with the name of a victim that was unredacted now and has since been reported on in this room, so I will go ahead and say it, Virginia Guffrey. And it was CBS's own reporting, Ouija, that recently wrote that Miss Guffrey maintained, and God rest her soul, that she maintained that there was nothing inappropriate she ever witnessed, that President Trump was always extremely professional and friendly to her. And so I think it's a question worth asking the Democrat Party, and you should all go ask them after this briefing, of why they chose to redact that name of a victim who has already publicly made statements about her relationship with Jeffrey Epstein and is unfortunately no longer with us.
Well, I mean...
Wait, I can answer that. I can answer it. Because it lets you think there might be another whistleblower, girl, witness, victim, whatever you're going to call it.
Yes. It's just obfuscation. And they basically, what did Barack said? They wanted to fill the information, the internet with so much raw sewage that people no longer know what to believe.
Raw sewage.
And that's exactly what it seems to be occurring right now.
Citizens no longer know what to believe. Raw sewage.
I've been swimming in raw sewage. I love it.
That's kind of, I think, where we're at. Like, so much information is coming out. It's hard to really understand what the truth is. All we know is that the current administration, members of the FBI, and probably members of the CIA and most other intelligence agencies are trying to stonewall the release of the really salacious stuff related to Jeffrey Epstein, and we can only speculate as to why. And because
Israel.
Yeah, that's the most logical explanation, is that it all goes back to that, and it does name a number of ultra powerful people, and probably all the ruling elite of the world, and that's it.
So I definitely think that's the case. I think there's a lot of big names in there. Unfortunately, I think the one big name that isn't in there the way they want it is Trump, because otherwise they would have released this any one of the 3 times the guy's been elected president. But I think that they're trying to leverage this as best they can. It does more damage now with the threat or the implied threat than it does if they were to release, here's 50,000 pages and hundreds of hours of interviews and all this stuff.
It's possible. And it's also possible that Trump did do some illegal things. We just don't know. I mean, illegal things in relation to Jeffrey Epstein. We just don't know.
At this point, I would have to say I doubt it, because they haven't released that.
Yeah.
I mean, you had the last election, you had somebody who was incapable of running and was forced out, but that person was acceptable to the ruling elite.
Come on,
replaced by somebody who was dramatically less popular and almost offensive to people, to the point where they had to find some way to prop her up as a candidate, and just hugely unpopular. And that would have been the time to come out with their October surprise of like, oh, look at this. Here's 8 pages detailing, what Trump was doing in that room with these people.
Yeah, that would have been awesome, but we didn't get that.
But they didn't do that because they don't have it.
Mm.
But I think to your point, they have it about other people, and one certain nation state that seems to be a agent provocateur.
Possibly.
For everything.
Maybe.
Just saying.
It's looking pretty bad. Yeah. So they got to have something on them. They have to have something on Trump. They got to have something. And we only can speculate to what that is. So, but we'll move on. I mean, that's basically the catch up there. That's probably going to dominate the news cycle until the end of the weekend, unless something happens. It probably will.
For the next day, yes, that'll be the big thing.
Yeah, but we'll move on to some other headlines. I do have an article about podcasting, Gretchen.
What's podcasting?
Well, podcasting is what we are doing right now. And there's a big problem in podcasting. We're
streaming.
Well, you were streaming, but it will become a podcast. It will transform into a
podcast.
Yeah, it gets transformed later on tonight. But there's a big problem in podcasting. And do you know what that problem is?
There's not enough money.
No, that is not the problem. I mean, it's a problem for us.
There's too many.
Also, that's not the problem, according to this article from therap.com. I'll give you one more guess.
Can you give me a hint, like a general topic that it's about?
Yes, it is. It's a very, I would say, it's a concern by people who are progressive.
Oh, people are saying mean things, and these podcasts have to be like censored or approved, or like we need to limit what people can say online because people can just go online and say anything they want.
No.
Damn it.
The biggest problem we have in podcasting.
Too white.
Yes, that is correct. Diversity problem in podcasting. 64% of podcast hosts are male. 77% are white, says a USC study.
77% of the 64%?
77% of the 64%, yes. This could be a problem.
If that's true, that number, 77% of the 64%, is 49.2%, meaning that less than half of all podcasts are hosted by white males.
This could be a problem.
Well, the hosts of the top 100 podcasts in 2024 were overwhelmingly white and male. A new comprehensive study from USC has revealed. Of the top podcasters, 64% were hosted by men, while 77% of the hosts were white, underlying a severe lack of diversity in the medium that continues to rise in popularity and has become a cornerstone of viewing time on YouTube. I wonder, if these, so what would be the preferred ratio? I would have to ask them. And we're talking about the top 100. So those are ranked according to, I would believe, downloads and clicks.
Wait. Didn't we do a story where we read through the top 100 and we kept going through and we couldn't identify a single one of them?
Yeah, we could do that right now, the top 50, and I probably have not heard any of them.
But I'm willing to bet that if you were to do that, a good portion, if not over 50%, are hosted by women or BIPOC.
Bring it up. Let's figure it out.
Wait. I'm not just because I opened my big mouth. I got to go find that article now.
I guess so. Yeah, but I'll continue reading this. So even expanding beyond the top 100, according to this article, 66% of the hosts of the top 592 podcasts were male. And
592.
The top 592 podcasts, Christian. I don't even know
things like that.
I don't even know if we're in the top 592. I got to say that we're probably not.
Number 593.
Yeah, we just barely made it off the list.
No, cut it off earlier. Don't put those guys in there.
But of those 592, 79% were white. Oh, my God.
Bunch of racists.
This could be a problem.
It's a big problem. In both gender and race, podcasts trail other parts of the entertainment industry. 50% of the top 100 films of 2024 had a female lead, and among the most popular TV shows of last year, 44% of those series regulars were from an unrepresented racial or ethnic group. Okay.
Say that again.
Okay, I'll read that last.
Just the last little part about that.
44% of the series regulars were from an underrepresented racial or ethnic group.
Well, 44% means on the flip side of that, the reciprocal is 56%. That's not 79%.
I'm just telling you what they're saying here.
They're messing with numbers. This hurts my
There's a lot of statistics. So what is?
They're saying on the TV shows.
On TV shows, they're saying the entertainment industry as a whole has done a good job in their opinion of doing diversity, but podcasts have not done that because what they're saying is they want to be able to control the podcast as they want to be able to cast podcasting. So the reason why they're able to control this in the entertainment industry because they have control, top-down control over who gets cast for what. But you don't have that in podcasting. It's still pretty much democratic in that nature where you would hope the best rises to the top. I know it's all opinion, but it also comes down to ad dollars and notoriety of the podcast hosts. And Joe Rogan's still pretty much king of the pile right now for the most part. I know there are some other podcasters closely catching up, but he's one of the granddaddies. So how does this all end up? Let's see here.
By the way, this says it's based on data from Spotify, so that immediately self-selects.
Oh, boy.
Yes. Is OBDM on Spotify?
Yeah, we are. We get some pretty interesting comments over there. People sometimes like us, sometimes they hate us.
Mostly about race.
Mostly about the AI songs. People don't care what color we are. They just really do not like the AI songs. But some people, I am getting some positive encouragement with the AI songs. So it's few and far between. But to the people encouraging us to explore our creative side, thank you. We really appreciate that. But here's where the end of this article happens. Women were most likely to appear as guests when a podcast had a woman host. When a podcast had at least one woman host, 54% of guests were men and 45% were women. When a podcast had no women host, 82% of guests were men and 17% and almost 18% were women. You see what I'm saying here?
Where they're getting these numbers. This group is part of the USC Annenberg School of Journalism, I think. So they're.
I think we finally figured out what's going on here.
I do not fully understand.
I do not fully understand.
I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
I like how every sentence you read has a different set of numbers and percentages.
Well, hear about this one. The news doesn't get any better when expanding the search to guests instead of hosts. Nearly 2/3, or 62% of more than 4,000 episodes evaluated did not feature a woman guest. A total of 37.4% of the episodes featured at least one woman as a guest.
62% is not nearly 2/3.
You understand me?
This is all gobbledygook. It really is.
You understand this better than anybody does.
I like this part where it says, when a podcast had at least one woman host, 54.7% of guests were men and 45.3% were women. But when a podcast had no women hosts or 0% women hosts, 82.1% of guests were men and 17.9% were women.
Why can't you understand something that's so easy?
Don't know. I don't know.
Every sentence is another
it's another.
When we did this and this and this, then there was this, and then there was this number. But there's 27 over here.
I bet the data is great. I bet it is poorly presented here. I need some more charts and graphs. I'm a graph kind of guy. If you want to really speak to the soul of Mike,
do you want charts and graphs?
Do you have some?
I do. I have 19 pages of charts and graphs.
I'd love to see these charts.
There you go. Hold on to your butts. By the way, I want to point out that the background that they chose for this this report is white.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lack of diversity in PowerPoint backgrounds. Here's some charts right here. That's an interesting bar chart. I don't know how I feel about that bar chart. It's kind of intimidating, gotta be honest.
I'm intimidated by this bar chart.
I don't know. And then they did break down in some more charts here. Actually, I find the charts confusing. Let's go back to the article. Okay.
There's more bar charts. If you keep going down, there's a bar chart that has all these bars, and they get bigger as it goes.
There's just so many. Okay, here's one of the bar charts. Podcast gender varies by genre. What genre? Are we in the comedy or the news? We're in the news. We read the news.
Mike, this is branded and has been for years as a sports and fitness genre podcast.
Actually, no. We started off as a real estate podcast talking about property renovations and how to do house flipping. We got sidetracked early on in the Bush presidency, and now here we are. Now we're technically in the news.
We did have 6 years of true crime.
But, we did, yes.
I want to know, by the way, go back to that genre graph there.
It's right here on screen, yeah.
I like how they come up with all these different genres, and by far the largest one is other.
Yeah, other. We're in news, and as podcast gender varies by genre, percentage of female guests by podcast genre. So only 38.9% of guests on news genre podcasts are female.
Oh, man.
Well, we don't have any guests.
The text of this report is written by AI, by the way. I'm scanning through it.
Okay. I guess women on the other podcast, they have a huge percentage. And look at true crime. We know women love true crime. They dominate true crime. And I guarantee if they do a statistical analysis of true crime podcasts, I think they will find an overwhelming number of women who talk about true crime and host true crime shows versus men.
By the way, reading through this report, they break it down in the report itself into gender, male, female, and non-binary.
Oh, okay. Are they underrepresented? They got to be severely underrepresented.
I don't know. No one's ever asked me how I identify.
That is true. We are pretty non-gender specific here in the drums. We can go either way. No one knows what we are. It is very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. See here, ranked top 10 Spotify podcasts. You have Joe Rogan, and then you have Crime Junkies. Number 2, hosted by Ashley and Britt, 2 females. Two females.
Well, 2. So wait, in the top 2 Spotify podcasts, 66% of the hosts are women.
Yeah. And then number 3 is This Past Weekend with Theo Vaughn. And I watch like little clips of Theo. I don't think he does a compelling show, but that's me. I know there's a lot of Theo Vaughn fans that they love Theo, like as him as a person, and I think that's great. Then number 4 is Call Her Daddy with Alexandria Cooper. She has a giant podcast. She's huge. And then you have Smartless with Jason Bateman, Sean Haynes, and Will Arnett. These are like Hollywood insider guys. Okay. Then you got the Lex Friedman podcast. The guy's a robot. He's neither like male or female. Then you have Matt and Shane's Secret podcast. All right. 2 dudes. Then you have 2 beers in 1 cave with Tom.
That's not what that says, but
2 bears, 1 cave. I see. Tom and Burt Kreischer. Then you have New Heights with.
It did sound more interesting when it was 2 beers in 1 cave.
Yeah, a little bit. And so yeah, I guess the top 10 is kind of dominated by men, but when it comes to like the top 5, I mean, women are doing pretty well. They're doing pretty well, and I would say broadcasting in general is a male-dominated activity.
This is they are cherry picking data here.
Oh well, the data doesn't lie.
Yeah, especially as you cherry pick it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Podcast format: commentary, deep reporting, interview, news summaries, recap, other. What is a recap?
People who watch other people's content.
Oh.
Which I'm trying to get into that business. I think that's a pretty good business to be in. You just pop something on, you watch it, and then you comment on it. Kind of like what Asmongold does or Coach Collins. You know, it's a good business to be in. I kind of like that. It's kind of commentary. All right. We're going to move on. I just want to let people know that there's a big problem out there. I don't know if we can address it, but we're recognizing it. And that's the first step.
I want to point out that at the bottom here, they list the credits. The Annenberg Inclusion Initiative Research Assistants, there are 16 people listed. Now, to be fair, there are a couple names in here that I can't identify a gender. But of the 16 people listed, at least 12 are women. So of the people who wrote this report,
they're complaining.
75% are women. At least 75%.
So
I think we should write a report about people who report on podcasting are dramatically misrepresenting the male podcasters.
This is basically a really technical form of a Karen. This whole study here, these are Karens upset that there aren't more female populated shows or in the top 10 or top 500. And so they decided to do a study to complain about it. Instead of what these women should do is go
making a podcast?
Start making podcasts to compete. Get out there, get your voices heard, and speak your piece. Get out there, be entertaining, because it ain't easy. I'm trying to be entertaining, and it's not happening sometimes. So I would love to hear what they have to say.
They're also thanking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 more people, of which 12 of those are also women.
I do like this graphic they have up here on screen. It is perfectly illustrated. Podcast skews towards male conversations. So the ratio of male to female guests, they basically have 2 and 2/3 of a guy, symbol on screen, and then 1 full woman. So it's a 2.7 to 1 ratio. So maybe women just don't want to be podcasters too. That could be it.
Mike, that's racist and sexist and misogynist.
This is also something that in the IT field was starting to be addressed a number of years ago, and that there weren't enough women in coding. And they had a lot of initiatives, and they really put forth a strong marketing campaign and PR blitz to get more women to code. And I think it did work. There was an influx of women in coding, but I don't know if it was as drastic as they had hoped, or maybe they just did not want to do it, because a good majority of the tech companies that I worked in, or at least worked in tech at companies for over 10 years now, there hasn't been a drastic rise in females in the workplace, even though there was a big push like 10 years ago to get girls to go into it. And I encourage everyone that I meet who's young, female or male, to learn to code. It's not a bad path, but...
and I would encourage everyone who's interested in podcasting to start a podcast.
I agree.
It's my problem what gender or race they are.
Yeah. We just have to be white guys doing a podcast. That's it. We just happen to be that way. And we happen to be in the probably top 1,000 show. That's it. We're like in the top 1,000, I think. I don't even know the exact numbers.
One of the conclusions of the study is women's participation in podcasting is lacking. Okay, then make more podcasts.
Participate.
I don't understand how this is.
There's nothing we can do. Like, I'm talking about, like, if you got together all the podcasters, like you got Joe Rogan, you got Theo Von, you get all those top guys together, and you told them this problem, they would probably have the same reaction we do. It's like, well, they should start a podcast and start podcasting.
There's a comment here that says the hope for podcasting has been that a lower barrier to entry and a more democratized process. Not really sure what they mean by that, but I guess they're just like popular shows become popular regardless of like funding level. You don't have to have millions of dollars to be a top podcast.
That is
Actually,
true.
Go back to that list. Are all the top ones millionaires? Because I bet they all are.
I would say, yeah, at this point, yes. Yeah, the top podcasters are millionaires at this point.
Yeah, Joe Rogan. I don't know who Ashley Flowers and Britt Prawat are, but I'm guessing they are millionaires.
Yeah.
Theo Von is a millionaire. Isn't he from the Vanderbilts or something? Isn't he from some big family?
Yeah, I don't know.
Call Her Daddy podcast. She's a millionaire. Smartless with Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes.
Oh God, those are Hollywood insiders, of course.
So they were talking about democratizing, but pointing out that all the people at the top podcasts are millionaires. Anyway, it says that the hope was that a lower barrier to entry and a more democratized process could yield an environment that is more open to women's participation. I don't think anyone disagrees with that. I don't think anyone is like going around and like criticizing women's podcasts and making them stop podcasting.
Well, then they have to blame.
How many services are out there? You can sign up, what like Descript and Riverside, and I don't know how many. There's like 25 of these services. They're all about $10 a month. You need $10 and even a shitty microphone, and you click go, and you are streaming and podcasting right now.
Yeah, that's one of the frustrations with certain people, and myself included, is that you can get millions and millions of subscribers. You can broadcast from your phone in the bathroom. It sounds like crap, but if people find it compelling, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that matters. Are you compelling or not? And a lot of podcasts are not compelling. I'm guilty of that too. I'm guilty of creating not compelling content all the time. That's what happens sometimes. You throw shit at the wall. Sometimes it sticks. Sometimes it doesn't. But you get up and you do it again. Now, we're going to move on to some other news here. I didn't think we would be spending that much time on it, but it was relative.
I got another 20 minutes in me about this story. There's still pages to go on this thing.
There's a lot of data.
I think the best summary is what you said. This is a very detailed way to complain.
Yeah. It is a very detailed way to do that and to get accepted and talked about like we just did.
By the way, you raised a good question early on before we started shouting about other things.
Of course I did.
What is the number they want?
Yeah.
If it's 64% or 77% or whatever, what is 50-50? Is that what they want? Do they want 51-49? What is the number? Because clearly there is a number that will make them happy.
Yes, there is. But they don't really give that number. It's same with the phrase fair share. You're not paying your fair share. And when you ask people, well, what is their fair share? You don't get a number. It's just a phrase that they can use to help galvanize support. And when you ask for details, they tend to fail.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. We'll move down here to let's get a little crazy.
But that wasn't crazy?
Well, that was data crazy. Let's talk about some paranormal weird stuff, So here it is up on screen. British woman believes that she is an extraterrestrial entity.
Oh, really?
Not that she was been abducted, but that she's one herself.
Like an ultra-terrestrial? Or?
She says extra,
By the way, I just realized I've had this Trump book up on screen for half an hour and you haven't commented on it.
Oh, let's check it out. New York Times bestseller, Armageddon, but Make It Orange by Michael Wolff. You send this to him. He will write this. He'll fill in the blanks like Mad Libs.
And then he'll sue the shit out of me. I forgot I even had that up there.
It looks like a compelling book. I might buy it. I wonder what news does he have about Trump in there. I don't know.
It's all about
My
Epstein.
mother would say, "You love trucks." I do.
Oh, is that a quote? We get it as a quote?
I always love
entire
trucks.
chapter.
I love cranes. I love trucks of all types.
He's a flip-flopper. You can't love trucks and cranes. Which one do you prefer? This is scandalous. But we're going to go back to this ET article right here. Yes, Rosanna Hannes is one of a quite sizable group of people who believe that they are literal aliens from another world. It may sound strange, but there exist thousands of people around the world known as starseeds. Have you heard of starseeds, Cretchen?
No, but it sounds like a progressive rock concept album from 1978.
Yeah, I can see that. Starseeds is a phenomenon. They even have their own starseed language. This is where the UFO.
Are these like sovereign citizens?
No, this is where the UFO phenomenon gets into, I would say, trance channeling and mediumship, and it goes away completely from nuts and bolts UFOs and starts to dip more into psychics and in some of the more quote unquote woo woo stuff. That's just what it is. And so this is controversial in the UFO community, I would say. You have this the pretty straight and narrow researchers like Richard Doland, and people like him that really just focus on the events and what is seen. Then you have these people that I'm talking about that are claimed to experience more than just abductions. They are integral in the extraterrestrial phenomenon and experience, and have some unique insight, according to them. But yes, it might sound strange, but yes, they're known as starseeds, who are convinced that they are, in fact, extraterrestrials, either from another world or another dimension, and who believe that they have come to Earth and now inhabit a human body. Rosanna Hannes, a woman who lives in Brighton, England, believes she is one such individual. In a recent interview with The Sun, she explained that she has always had a fascination with dreams and the unexplained, and had previously had a premonition about the death of her uncle. Quote, I had vivid dreams where I was soaring high above the buildings, open country, and the ocean, she said. It was so vivid, it felt like it was real. The dreams didn't frighten me. In fact, I loved them. But when I told my friends about them, they seemed confused. Later in life, she became convinced that she was in fact a member of a technologically advanced alien race and that her home planet was somewhere in the Pleiades, around 440 light years away. Quote, my memories had been wiped before traveling to Earth to help me acclimate, but I knew what I needed to do on Earth, overcome my own challenges and teach others through my example. So I guess she's like some sort of like a guru, like a self-help guru. Okay.
Well, that's close to the woo-woo part.
It's very close, yep. Quote, it's my job to help others get in touch with their highest self and fulfill their soul's purpose. Well, on the surface, that sounds pretty good. If she believes that she's an alien and this is helping her fulfill something in her life that she feels like she needs to do, and if she in fact is truly helping other people and is just not some kind of psychic vampire, then I'm all for it. To most other people, this all might sound completely nonsensical, but ultimately we have no way of knowing for sure whether there's any truth or not. It is perhaps not outside the realm of possibility, especially if you happen to believe in reincarnation, that some might have been an alien in their past life. Given that there are thousands of people with similar beliefs around the world, the starseeds phenomenon is likely to remain a topic of debate and intrigue for years to come. Now, I'm kind of familiar with it. They have their own language, and here I'll just play like a little bit of their own language. Like I said, this is controversial in the UFO phenomenon in community. I don't often dip into this, but I have lately, so let's listen.
Why
is it echoing?
I don't know. She put like a lot of reverb.
Trump is in your garbage.
So this is one example. It's called starseed or light language, and there's a bunch of different forms of it. It's almost kind of like speaking in tongues to a certain degree, a new form of speaking in tongues.
If you are Lyran starseed, this channeled activation of Lyran energy in their light language is for you. What you're about to hear is two different Lyran light languages, feline and avian. If any of these energies resonate with you, especially if they feel familiar or perhaps some memories are coming back or you're feeling an overwhelm of emotions, that means that you most likely are a Lyran starseed. Getting to know your starseed origins is not about reading some lists on the internet, it's actually feeling the frequency of your star family. So here it comes. Lyran feline language. Kia mayata soyo kuya kaya bayata seita yasai tui tui sarate kaya mai se kaya utu tuya kaya mai tai sui kui te yasai. E mai sai tai kuya kaya kamaya suyu tuya ayate yasai ai kui tui sai. Meya kaya de yasui tui 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 tui. Era kaya mai tuya seita kai mai sai te.
Hakuna Machunga.
That there is some starseed language for you right there, and it's interesting. I'm casually reading through this. I hesitate to call it a book. It's more of a pamphlet. I've been getting more of these pamphlets, and it's about this woman's experience with being an abductee, and her story goes well beyond anything that we've talked about in the abductee experience, where typically you'll have an abduction experience where you're taken aboard a craft and there's some sort of procedure performed on you, whether they remove sperm or eggs. They'll give you maybe some little interaction, but that's pretty much it. You're left without memories and you're left wondering what the hell happened to you. But according to this book, she was abducted at a young age by the tall whites the Nordics, and they implanted.
Oh, podcasters.
Well, yeah. Like there's not a lot of diversity in alien abductions, unfortunately. There's a few, but they implanted a device in her brain to keep track of her to make sure she wasn't abducted by malicious, bad aliens. And the book goes on to talk about various laser battles and like star fights. It's very Star Wars-esque in this pamphlet. And then it dips into the Q phenomenon and the Trump presidency and the secret agenda behind the Space Force. And it starts to go in these weird directions, which there's no verifying information. There's no, like, on this date, this happened, and there was a witness on this date. It's all kind of very hard to believe, I got to say. And I was even debating whether or not I should bring it to the show because it just seems so insane. But it's so insane that I got to finish reading the pamphlet, and then I'll probably talk about it. But it's a difficult one.
Space Force.
But I put that on the same level as the starseed people, where it does seem fantastical. But these are people that may have had experiences, and this is their reality. I'm sure some people are just grifters, and they're trying to get attention and notoriety in the UFO community because we're pretty accepting. But some, you gotta just assume, are grifters looking for a huge audience to sell pamphlets and booklets to have them sign up to be in these starseed courses. And I think that once you start going in that realm, you leave yourself open to being attacked by true psychic vampires, people who do want to take advantage of your goodwill. And that's where you get, like, attachments. You can call them demon attachments or anything like that, but you open yourself up to some darker forces. You might be, even the people doing the starseed stuff might be well-intentioned, but they might be opening themselves up to something darker, and they just don't know about it.
Especially if they tell you to put a mirror in your bedroom.
Mm-hmm. You have your mirrors covered yet, Cratchit?
Well, except for the one on the ceiling and the other wall,
well, that's
the back wall.
Yeah.
When those stay. Like
we cover all our mirrors. We cover them up. I don't even want to look at myself anymore in the mirror. I'm just getting older. Okay, it's doing myself. It just aggravates me looking in the mirror like that. So,
you in the mirror in the bathroom?
You got a mirror in the bathroom, sure.
Is it covered though?
Yeah, you got to cover that stuff up. Absolutely. Got to cover it up.
That's a deep cut new age.
Yeah. Yeah. For new people, you probably won't know, but
it's a great song, by the way. Look it up.
Let's see here.
The Beat.
I want to bring up that was a little piece of paranormal stuff. I'm going to bring up this one. This is my kind of story, and I hope you do not have this story.
Uh-oh. Usually when you say that, I do have the story.
I don't know if you got this one. Man stages carjacking to avoid going shopping with his wife.
Man, I got mixed emotions about this one.
I don't have that one.
You don't got this?
Get flow past.
You ever do this before?
I have another one about car theft, so yes.
You ever do this? You ever...
No, I'm not going to admit to that.
You ever stage a carjacking so you don't got to go shopping with your wife?
An elaborate carjacking across state lines.
Well, according to this article, people underestimate just how much most men hate being dragged around shopping malls by their wives or girlfriends. Some of us would do almost anything to avoid it, as evidenced by a rather amusing piece of news from Russia. Last month, police reported that a bizarre case of a local man who allegedly damaged his own car to fake a carjacking just so he wouldn't have to go shopping with his wife. The incident reportedly took place in April, but the regional police only disclosed it to the press back in October here, so not that long ago. A woman called the emergency number to report that her husband's Toyota Corolla had been stolen from the parking lot near their home. She later called back to report that they had found the car nearby. When the police arrived to inspect the stolen vehicle, they found signs of forced entry and damage to the ignition switch. But after interrogating the husband, officers began to suspect that he wasn't telling the truth. The more they pressed, the less of his story made sense. And after analyzing all the evidence, the police concluded that the man had staged the carjacking as an excuse to get out of shopping with his wife. Despite having no criminal record, the man now risks spending time behind bars for his stunt. Yeah, they execute people for this in Russia.
Look at this motherfucker.
Just shoot you and roll you down a hillside.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to go to jail.
I think instead of jail time, his job should be as a personal shopper.
Now you shop for years.
Yeah. Every woman who comes in, you help them shop. Damn it.
The criminal case has been opened against him under Article 306. Oh, that's not a good one.
It's my favorite article.
It's knowingly false denunciation of that's in the Russia criminal code. We all know that now. And he faces
knowingly falsely denunciation. What did you say?
Knowingly false denunciation. Denunciation. That's what it says. Knowingly false denunciation.
Word.
He faces up to 2 years in prison while under a travel ban. So he can't even travel, and he might get 2 years.
Spend time in like shopping malls.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect punishment for this guy. But really, you got to, depending on the judge, they might not throw the book at him. It's like, hey, I've been in a similar spot, buddy. I just didn't have the balls to do what you did. That might be it.
Okay, so looking this up, it's basically filing a false report.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So you're wasting the police's time, and your wife your wife is unhappy because you weren't there to go shopping. So you have to go shop for the next 2 years.
There's other people that we have to go check on who broke into their own cars for the same reason. We got 5 of these today.
While we were busy investigating you, all these things got stolen.
Yeah. Let's see here. I got man discovers newly bought luxury SUV has wooden brake pads.
Wooden brake pads, so they're environmentally sound.
I guess so, yeah.
By the way, while we're talking, Michael Wolff wrote another book.
He popped out another one? Yeah. What's a Record Deepness by Michael Wolff? Oh, my God. Trump could sue him. That's like his titular
Record
phrase.
deepness, right?
He's Record Deepness president. It's an instant bestseller, it says.
I support the Great Lakes.
Damn it, that's a sequel.
Is that the sequel? I support the Great Lakes.
I support the Great Lakes.
That sounds like an autobiography, you know? It's like, that's not written by Michael Wolff.
Look at that man. He's all man. Look at him.
That's his autobiography title.
Yeah, right there.
Look at
I
that.
I just wish her well, frankly.
This might be a good one.
China. China.
China.
China. China.
There's an entire
China.
chapter.
Yeah.
China. China. China.
Just have China on the cover 375 times.
You go over to China. 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 You take China.
China.
Or
They should have done better.
that's good. Oh, I get perfect.
Food, bacon, ham,
That's his cookbook.
apples.
Yes, the Trump cookbook, authorized by Michael Wolff. An unauthorized look into the Trump kitchen. Yeah, I like
Food,
that one.
bacon, apples.
Food, bacon, apples.
Oh, we love wind.
We love wind. That's... Oh, no, wait.
The Panama Canal is vital.
It is. That's not a bad one.
Take an acre. You know, an acre, you have a house on a half an acre, on a quarter of an acre, or an acre. If you have an acre, you have a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Just keep pressing, pressing, pressing. Keep it going.
Oh, that's not bad. It's like a motivational book by...
You know, a lot of people don't realize that AI is going to be a big thing, but...
All right. Tech book. Okay.
AI is going to be a big thing.
His name is David.
All right. We're gonna move. We're gonna see what Cretchard has. We're moving over to Cretchard right now.
I was doing other things.
What the hell is going on?
All right, let's see here. How far back do we go? Not this one, not this one, not this one. Because we did that. Okay. This one's been making the rounds. People all upset about it. I happen to agree with this.
People are upset.
I think this is a good policy. I think this should be federal law. This should be enshrined in the federal code. I think this should be punishable by many, many, many years in prison.
Okay.
And if and when I ever run for president, this is the sole item on my platform. This is it.
This one? Okay.
This is it. This is all I got, and I will win by a landslide.
Air Force families at Florida base told to take down Christmas decorations in privatized housing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got to ignore the slanted reporting on this one.
So,
it comes out as you dig into it.
Okay. It was about 2 months before Christmas when all through the base, privatized housing residents got a message that their Yuletide decorations were out of place. Okay.
Perfect headline.
It's not a headline, but the message, which was sent to troops and their families assigned to the Tidal Air Force Base in Florida, was posted earlier this week by the unofficial Air Force Facebook page. Okay. While driving through the neighborhood yesterday, I noticed that Christmas decorations have already begun to appear within the community, the message said. All holiday decorations should be reflective in their respective months and not any sooner than 30 days before the given holiday. If you currently have a Yuletide decor present on your outside of your home, please remove it and reinstall it in accordance with your community guidelines listed below. This guy's a real party pooper, isn't he? But you agree with this, Cratchit. You're going hard line. No, you have a 30-day window. So basically, you're saying November 25th is the soonest you can put up Christmas decorations.
I would go one step further and say December 1st. You show up before December 1st, federal prison.
I can see that because it really does overshadow Thanksgiving. It really does. And Thanksgiving's right around the corner, better known as the day before Brown Friday.
Brown Friday Eve is how we know it. So come over to our house for Brown Friday Eve traditional celebration. Bring all the Mountain Dew, whatever pie, lime pie you can.
That's the Baja Blast Pie. 1999 at Taco Bell.
Have you heard from anybody who's actually
no one
tracked one of those down?
No one's. Well, we got pictures in the Discord, but no one has volunteered in the Discord to take me up my offer where I give them money and they show up to Thanksgiving with that unholy creation, and they have to film it.
They have to film it.
Mm-hmm.
They have to film Aunt Judy having a slice of neon green toilet cleanser looking pie.
Eat it, Judy. Come on.
Eat it.
You can do that if you want to.
It'd also be a good name for a cookbook.
Air Force Captain Justin Davidson, BB, the public affairs chief, confirmed that the message came from the Balfour Beauty Communities, the landlord for all the privatized housing on the base. Quote, they are enforcing the community standards outlined in the legally binding lease agreement all residents voluntarily signed, he said. He's basically saying my hands are tied. Those standards specify that winter decorations can be displayed starting the week after Thanksgiving until the first week of the new year, Davidson said. So they're pretty lenient. You actually have a much more hard-line approach to this, Gretchen.
Yeah, I don't agree with the limits set here.
You think they're too loosey-goosey? Yeah.
I think, the limits should be much more stringent.
They went on to say here, while this is not the Department of Defense's policy, it is commonplace and common practice across rental communities and homeowners associations to help ensure neighborhoods remain neat, consistent, and enjoyable for all the residents, the spokesperson said. Most residents appreciate clear, reasonable guidelines so the community can remain a pleasant place to live and to celebrate. And nothing makes me happier than clear guidelines. I love that.
I would also like to posit that the families who started decorating for Christmas in early November, apparently, are actually Russian spy families under deep cover who didn't realize this was too early, and they were taking cues from, like, your local Target, Walmart, Kroger, or whatever, who's now showing Christmas crap. And those people should be rounded up and sent back to Russia.
Yeah, maybe you're right, because I think most Americans do have a disdain for celebrating Christmas too early. And it's it's almost a quiet disdain. We just talk amongst ourselves. We don't really make it publicly known, but to people, friends, and family, you can express your disdain. And Russian spies don't appreciate that subtlety around here. So I think you might be onto something.
Well, I did find a photo of Trump's cookbook.
New cookbook? Food, bacon, apples. Okay, it's not bad. It's easy.
Food, bacon, ham.
Oh, you forgot
apples.
Ham.
Damn it.
You forgot it. Ham. God damn it. And Donald Trump even wrote this one. And he doesn't even know what he cooks with. He can't even remember that. He has 4 ingredients he can use.
Food, bacon, ham, apples.
And this is a very controversial story. And I think that the residents will abide by these guidelines, or else they will suffer the consequences. Someone come by trashing the
I like how
decorations.
the story was originally posited as the Air Force, a.k.a. Trump, is going after Air Force families for decorations. And then you get into it and it turns out, no, it's the landlord who owns all these apartments that are on base, but they're privately owned. And they have a rule that everyone signed that says you can't put out decorations more than 30 days before the holiday. You commie scum. Or whatever it said in there.
Yeah, I didn't go that far, but pretty damn close. Yeah.
They should have done better.
They redacted that part.
Yeah. All right, Gretchen, let's see what else you got over there.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
There's a bit of Batman going on there.
Little Batman.
All right, let's see. I'll bring this one up. So this one, several people actually sent this to me. Steve at Fox and Sons.
Hey, Steve.
First, our good supporter of the show.
Yeah.
Nibble my ear.
Everyone go over to foxandsons.com and buy a bunch of coffee.
Yeah, right around the corner from the holidays. So buy it up now, and then use that stocking stuffers. Give it to coworkers.
Just pour some in there.
Yeah,
a couple of cups right into your stocking.
Every kid loves a nice, freshly ground cup of coffee.
Anyway, so this story is somebody who was they got pulled over. They were pulled over, caught speeding, pulled over. Did not have a solid excuse, but seems kind of unique.
Florida driver clocked at 107 miles per hour says she just wanted to get Little Caesars before it closed.
Perfect headline.
Yeah, I got to say, this is one of the best headlines I've ever read. This is fantastic. A Florida driver who has clocked at 107 miles an hour told cops she was going so fast because she was trying to get to Little Caesars before it closed. Almost a legitimate excuse.
Do you think she should have got a police escort to get there?
People don't know this. When was the last time you had Little Caesars? It's probably been a while.
It's been many, 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 many years, and I'm not sure how fast I would drive to get there.
Well, she likes it. And last time I was actually at Little Caesars, I dropped off a bandmate, and he's like, I want to go get a Little Caesars pizza. I was like, don't you have to wait? He's like, no, they got them. You just walk right in. You buy, the pizza's already done. You just walk in, grab a pizza, boom. It's like, wow, that's fast pizza. I see the appeal.
Well, the joke of that is, though, these are pizzas that other people have ordered, but if you come in and are willing to pay $1 more, that pizza's yours.
Yeah. Well, Yasmin Arizo, 21, allegedly hit the triple digits in her Kia just minutes before...
that's how I know this story is fake.
It's awesome. I mean, that's a good advertising for a Kia, right?
Yeah.
She hit triple digits in her Kia just minutes to midnight, her local eatery's closing time on Thursday.
6 minutes?
Yeah. This happened on Thursday while flying northbound on U.S. Highway 19 in Palm Harbor, north of St. Petersburg, where the posted speed limit is 55 miles an hour, according to Fox 13. The deputies from Pinellas County Sheriff's Department tracked her speed on the radar at 107 and pulled her over. Let's see. Yeah, I could see her driving that fast. She definitely looks like a Little Caesars kind of girl. So, kind of got a neck tattoo going on.
Thinking about Little Caesars all evening, finally gets the opportunity to leave the house and go and get it, and now realizes that she's not going to make it.
Yeah, she probably, even if she floors it, it's going to be, she's going to be racing to the door. And these guys at Little Caesars, they don't want to deal with stragglers. They've already cleaned up.
Yeah, you don't want someone coming in 3 minutes before you close. I need 27 pepperoni pizzas.
You don't want the last pizza at Little Caesars. Yeah.
Deep dish.
That's a good point.
See, the driver was booked into Pinellas County Jail and later released on bond. Okay. That's pretty excessive. She's not double the speed limit, but she's quite over that. It's really up to the judge and whether or not they find her story to be believable and sympathetic.
I don't know. You're right. She's not double, but 107 and a 55, that you're asking for trouble.
It's quite extreme. It all comes down to whether or not she decides to bring Little Caesars to her court hearing.
To the arraignment. That's a great idea.
And you bring it as a gift. Say, hey, I brought some. Judge here, prosecutor, here's yours. Now you see what I'm up against. You see how good Little Caesars really is. And now you know why I was compelled to drive so fast and so recklessly to get to this delicious treat. That's the only shot she has.
When the judge says, how do you plead? She says, delicious.
Yeah. That's all she has going for her at this point.
Or she goes up to the bench and opens up a pizza box and says, I don't know, you tell me.
Yeah. How much time am I getting right here? Yeah. I don't know.
And I did have the enchilada, spicy chili plate, cheese enchiladas with chili con carne, large bowl of hot chili, and I went all whole hog back then. I also had their macaroni and cheese. Okay, I'm really getting hungry now.
All right.
That's a lot to eat.
It is. He's a big dude. He's a massive.
Well,
he's a
I
massive
hope he's not
guy.
talking about a lunch because you eat that for lunch and like half an hour later you are out.
Yeah, he's massive though. We know about that. So
he's a massive guy.
All right, Gretchen. Let us see what else you have over there.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Do you have never rub another man's rhubarb?
I think I might have that somewhere. That's a good one. That's actually my favorite line out of all Batman lines. It's perfect.
Never rub another man's rhubarb.
Yeah, it's perfect right there.
Out of all 72 Batman films,
it's the best line. Jack Nicholson, I would say, damn near probably the best Joker in the classic sense of like we'd expect like a cartoon villain to be coming to screen or comic book villain coming to screen. He's pretty damn good.
Wait, better than like Cesar Romero as a Joker?
Yes. Little Caesar Romero? No, thank you.
Little Caesar's Romero. He was so committed to the part, he didn't shave his mustache, and they just put makeup over it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Anyway.
Whoa.
All right, so I got this story. People are noting this as news. I find it strange because you would think that this is just part of what's called a job, especially a retail job. But apparently this is now a new initiative coming from one of the country's largest retailers who doesn't have the best reputation in the last, maybe 10 years?
Yeah.
5 years?
Here's the headline here, people. Target requires workers to smile at customers in hopes of boosting sales.
I'm upset by this.
Yeah, it's the last thing I want is a bunch of people smiling at me when I walk into Target.
Yeah, I hate helpful staff in a retail environment.
Well, it just seems like it's someone just randomly smiles at me. I think they got an angle, like they want something. And so I'm instantly skeptical of their intentions. And it makes me paranoid when people start smiling at me. I don't like it.
What if this person is at the establishment where you are as well, and they are wearing the shirt and uniform of this establishment, thus making it clear that they work there?
Still skeptical.
Smiling still creep you out?
And don't like it.
Okay.
But, I might be in the minority here. So this is the Target smiling mandate. What we know. The new initiative is called the 10-4 program, according to Bloomberg. Under the program, workers are required to smile, make eye contact, and wave or greet shoppers who come in within 10 feet of them. If they are closer, within 4 feet, the worker is required to ask them if they need help or how their day is going. How's it going, buddy? How you doing today?
I don't know. That one is kind of...
It's a little weird.
You're kind of walking a line there.
It might be going a little far, but...
I do how, like, the policy states specifically you have to make eye contact.
Yeah, that's a good one. But any number of greetings.
What's going on here?
You can say, hey, what's going on here?
What's going on?
What's going on here?
What's all this then?
What's all this about? You can do any number of things, but the backstory, according to Bloomberg, Target research shows that customers' metrics rose when the customers were greeted and acknowledged. Well, people do like being acknowledged.
Wait. Metrics rose when people were acknowledged.
Yes, when you...
As opposed to like, excuse me, where is it? And the person just walks off.
Yeah. I guess that is true. It is nice to be... When you're asking for something, and as opposed to having the help run away from you, like when you're in Home Depot, when you like see like a helper and you start walking towards them, they have extremely good peripheral vision because they'll sense you coming from an aisle away, and they'll just go hide. And then you never find the thing you're looking for.
Do they at least make the curly noise as they run off?
Occasionally, yeah. If the floor is slippery, sure. And so here's the big picture view of this. The new effort comes after Target announced a batch of corporate layoffs last month in Minneapolis and Brooklyn Park. The first major layoffs for the company in a decade. The layoffs came 2 months after the resignation of CEO Brian Cornell amid declining sales and profits for the company. In August, Target reported decreases in sales and net income in the quarterly report. Well, Target ain't what it used to be. I mean, I guess Target is, I think the brand is mostly college age folks?
It's for people who think themselves too snooty to shop at Walmart.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. It is. That's me. I think I'm doing better.
They did for a short time. They tried that new logo, Target. Hey, everyone's going to be gay now, and it didn't quite catch on the way they wanted.
It was a daring angle.
Hey, everybody's going to be gay now.
That was literally their commercials. So, by the way, a new version of Trump's book has been released.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. Here it is up on the screen. Food, bacon, ham, apples by Donald Trump himself. I like it. That's a winner. That is.
It's just massive.
And for some reason, he's got eggs on the plate. Whatever.
You can mix and match. When you say bacon, you kind of assume that there's going to be eggs in the neighborhood at some point. So
it should be exclusively about bacon, ham, apples, and also food.
I think it's a winner. That's definitely a winner right there. Okay. We're going to move on and see what kind of news we got. But, I mean, this is big news for Target. And I would like to know, I don't really have a Target near me, but we need to document if this 10-4 program does work. If people are being smiled at, they are being greeted. What kind of greetings are we getting at Target now? Are we getting the acknowledgement we feel we deserve when we walk into the establishment? And if not, what are the repercussions?
Yeah, you raise a good point. So they call it 10-4. If they're within 10 feet, you have to smile.
Mm-hmm.
If they're within 4 feet, you have to greet them.
Mm-hmm.
Can you follow Target employees around all day and see, do they maintain that for hours on end?
Yeah, who is really keeping tabs on whether or not this is working or not? And so they have to hire like a staff of basically Stasi to look after their employees who are greeting people, or ideally greeting people. And
they could probably hire the people who used to work at Home Depot because they have that excellent peripheral vision.
Yeah.
So they can run off. So they could be on the next aisle over, spying through the shelves at the Target employee, keeping tabs.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's any number of things, but obviously they're going to have to hire more staff to take care of this. So,
hey, baby, I'm here.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a little aggressive, Alex.
I don't think you should be sexually aggressive like that at Target. Save that for Walmart. You know.
Expect that sort of thing at Kroger, not at Target.
Hey, screw these poor people.
Yeah.
Hey, what's wrong with pedophilia?
Okay.
Wow.
Yes, it's coming on pretty strong right there.
Hey, you got terminal cancer. You'll be dead in 6 months.
I don't know if you want to say that when you walk into the Target.
Yeah, you want to have sex with my wife?
You might get some return customers with that one, depending. I don't know.
Hey, buddy, you're not supposed to say that.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll move on. There's a lot of things you could say.
Whoa. Done fact-checking a story here. Okay, we're good. If you recall back in the summer, we covered a story about naked bowling.
Yeah, I briefly remember that. It was a fleeting story. I remember now.
Bowl naked.
And they had like a bunch of rules. They didn't want a bunch of looky-loos. You had to be a serious naked bowler.
If you're showing up, you're bowling, and you're naked.
Yeah.
Pound Town.
At Pound Town Bowling.
Pound Town Bowling, yes.
Well, they're at it again, so there's another opportunity. Now, unfortunately, I pulled the story the other day. We have since missed it, but I'm sure it will come back again.
Okay.
Let's get that in there for you.
Let's see right here. Here we go, please. Have no need for clothes. Balls out bowling is back where nudity is required.
That's some good news on that front.
The Pittsburgh area nudists are hosting Balls Out Bowling, a nude bowling event set for Sunday, November 9th. Very cold. Don't you want to do this like in the spring or summer? It just feels
the last time that it was in July. It was like 4th of July weekend.
Yeah. It seems like there's like a lot of shrinkage, a lot of that could take place here.
I'm wondering if they've amended their rules to allow you to enter the bowling alley wearing your winter clothes and then strip down.
No, they better have that thing heated. It's very drafty in bowling alleys.
Hey, close the door.
Well, it starts Sunday, November 9th at Crafton's Ingram Lanes. The event runs from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. with doors opening at 3:30 p.m. I bet there's a line.
Standing room only.
It's open to all adults interested in body-positive, non-sexual, social nudity.
Pound Town.
Nudity is required for all participants, though women may wear bottoms if preferred. Wait a second. I didn't sign up for that. The event is inclusive to all genders, sexualities, and body types. Guests must bring a towel to sit on and a bag for personal items. I'm bringing my bag. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Got two of them.
Own bag.
Admission is $30 per person. Bowling or not, doesn't matter. If you're just coming to look around, it's $30.
Yeah. If you want to look around, you can still do that. $30.
The fee includes 4 hours of unlimited bowling and shoe rental. That looks ridiculous. If you're walking around naked with bowling shoes on, that just looks really ridiculous.
By the way, they did call out specifically, the event is inclusive to all genders, sexualities, and body types, unlike, say, podcasting, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
That I have a complete hard-on for.
Okay. The venue will be closed to the public during the event, and the staff members will be stationed at the entrance to check tickets and allow for late arrivals. Well, will the staff also be naked?
Yes, hence the term staff.
And will they be smiling and greeting me if I have questions?
Will be, when you get within 4 feet, they have to greet you.
And they got to be part of the 10-4 program, too, else I'm not going to feel comfortable going in there. But don't smile too much, you know? There's too much smiling, especially when the whole...
say we don't have problems at Pound Town Naked Bowling with people making eye contact.
The facility is BYOB. Participants may bring their own beer, wine, or liquor. Oh, okay. Roofie City.
Wouldn't the bowling alley want you to exclusively buy drinks there.
That is a good point. It seems like a missed opportunity for concessions. I wonder if this is like a bowling alley that doesn't have like a liquor license, but that seems like a shitty bowling alley.
Maybe they exclusively just have lube and condoms.
Maybe. And like trucker speeds, those yellow jackets you can get.
Bunch of caffeine pills and meth.
All right. Hell of a bowling alley.
In the bathroom.
Music and prize giveaways will be part of the evening's activities. No photography or video is allowed. Organizers emphasize that this is non-sexual. This is a non-sexual event. So keep that in mind, people.
Okay.
Harassment or violation of consent policies will result in removal. So mind your P's and Q's as you're being shoved right out the door, probably naked, out into the cold in Pittsburgh. It ain't no sunshine day out there. It's cold in Pittsburgh.
Mind your P's and Q's, you mean?
Yeah, that's true. The event is organized by Pittsburgh Area Nudists, a local group promoting social nudity in respectful and non-sexual settings. I think it's a good idea. I think it's a great idea to promote that kind of thing. I just don't know if the bowling alley is the most conducive atmosphere for that in November. This seems like more of like a horseshoes kind of event, or like lawn darts or something like that.
Lawn darts. Hey, watch out!
Nude lawn darts.
It's not going to end well. By the way, I'm looking at some photos of this place to see if they had a bar, which I don't think they do, which is strange. They have a lot of comfy, like sofa recliner style soft seating.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm sure is comfortable to sit on. I'm not really comfortable with the naked guys. Yes, they brought a little towel.
Yeah.
Probably a terrible towel.
Yes.
But they brought a little tiny towel that they've squeezed their ass cheeks onto, and they're just lounging on this soft, furniture over here. I don't know.
Because, they're telling people to bring a towel to sit on, but you damn well know that's not happening 100% of the time. They'll bring the towel, they'll forget they left it at lane 3. The guy who walks down to the bathroom, picks up a condom, some trucker speed, and then on the way back talks to Bill, sits down, and boom, your butt is sitting bare naked on something. So yeah,
hey Jimmy, where's your towel?
It's a disaster. It really is. It's just going to stink in there.
Well, this did happen last Sunday, so I guess.
Oh, we got to get follow up on this.
Police reports on it, but
I know some people in Pittsburgh. I wonder if they can at least ask some questions around town to see how it went.
Can they scope this place out?
Man, did you hear about that nude bowling activity? What went down there? Pretty controversial. I'd like a report.
In there without towels.
Yeah, this is one of the things where we needed to get people in the Pittsburgh area to go down there and organize a protest. Just to make some waves. Get us on local news. Get Antifa down there.
I don't want to see nude Antifa. That's the worst.
All right, we're going to move on here. Here we go.
Stan?
By the way, just noticing something interesting here. The story from November and someone's being lazy here. So here, go back to that link that I just gave you for November.
Okay.
And look at the headline. And here's the one from July. And look at this headline.
Okay. I got the July up on the right. Here we go. Too hot for clothes. Balls out is back where nudity is required. So that's July. And then the one in November, have no need for clothes. Balls out. Bowling is back where nudity is. They changed what sentence?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. These guys are lazy.
Well, I guess they couldn't say too hot for clothes in November. So probably the editor was like,
change it.
You got to change it.
This is bullshit.
Anyway.
I want to sue somebody.
Punitive damages.
Yeah.
All right, here's a news story. This does have a video that goes with it of the event in question, if you are so inclined. But Did you know there is a world record for this activity?
Man snaps 65 cucumbers in 30 seconds to break world record. Wow.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
That's amazing. I didn't know you could snap cucumbers like this.
Yeah, I don't have any reference to how many cucumbers a normal person can snap, let alone the world record.
I think this is good. I don't know.
What's going on here?
I think this is a good job. Serial Guinness World Record breaker David Rush appeared on Spanish TV and captured the title for the most cucumbers snapped in 30 seconds. Wow, that's incredible.
Is it, though?
I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. They say this guy's a serial world record holder. I wonder if they'll go into how many world records this guy has.
Does he have the world record for world records?
He might. Let's watch this.
So, there's a lot of preamble here. Skip to about 3:45 or so to really see the video.
I got to see this guy in action. I got to see what this guy's made of. So you said 3:45? Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to see this guy do it. Here we go, people.
Venga, vamos allá.
Calienta, calienta.
Luego veremos la super lenta de la partida de Pepino.
Vamos a ver
a David.
Calienta,
Cuando me digas,
que sale.
David, que estás ok.
Ah, mira, precisión.
Claro, es que lo tiene colocado de una forma específica para poder alcanzar la velocidad que él quiere.
Ready.
¿Listo? ¡Ya! ¡Tiempo!
Sí. Ala, chaval.
Oh, my God.
¿Cómo parte los pepinos?
Qué velocidad.
Madre mía. Se puede hacer un gin tonic con pepino en menos de 3 segundos. Es increíble.
Este hombre superó al antiguo récord de Rabino.
13 segundos te quedan, David.
Come on, do it.
Fíjate que
He's snapping this.
8, 7,
Ala.
5,
Escucha, ya ha superado el
4,
récord.
3,
Ha superado.
2, 1. Muy bien. En 30 segunditos. Agotador.
He did it. He snapped a lot of cucumbers there. 65 cucumbers in 30 seconds. Absolutely amazing.
Is it, though?
I don't know. You know, there's some kid probably growing up in the inner city, probably can do like 90 in 30 seconds, you know. A kid is hungry for this kind of competition.
And hungry for cucumbers.
Yeah, and does like cucumbers, yes. You can go do this in Walmart today. Just go around and start practicing.
Go to grocery stores.
Yeah, go to grocery stores and start practicing.
Hey, what are you doing over there? You didn't smile.
leave me alone until you learn how to smile.
You didn't make eye contact when I got within 4 feet of you, so I'm going to snap all these cucumbers.
He doesn't get any money for this, and he had to travel probably overseas for this.
I hope it cost him money, and he had to pay for all the cucumbers and clean up.
So the record breaker said his appearance on the show, like his entire world-breaking career, was aimed at promoting STEM education. You know, science and math and that crap. Yeah, he wants to promote that. Quote, it's about showing students and everyone watching that STEM can be exciting, hands-on, and even a little crazy. Whether it's building robots, designing sensors, or, yes, snapping cucumbers at a world record speed, it all ties back to creativity and problem solving. And he solved, like, breaking cucumbers, that is a huge problem. And he solved it.
I'm not sure that breaking cucumbers qualifies as any sort of STEM-related activity.
Yeah, it's a bit of a stretch. It really is. Yeah, but he did do it.
Imagine meeting this guy on the first day at work, and you're like, yeah, I have my PhD in chemistry. He's like, I break cucumbers. Fuck.
Well, he obliterated the previous record of 50. So
yeah, piece of crap.
Yeah, that ain't nothing. It's going to be tough to beat 65. That guy was moving at record speed. The guy had the finesse and the technique to get the job done. Well, let's do one more story, Cratchit.
I'm not sure we can top that.
It's okay. We'll go right now. Let's go. We're out of here.
No. I got one. I got a topper.
Shit!
All right. So we love stupid criminal stories.
Yes.
This guy's a stupid criminal. Made it worse for himself. This story keeps getting better.
Florida man hides in porta-potty after stealing car and attacking worker. Ooh.
Man, I got mixed emotions about this.
Man, look at that forehead on this guy.
He headbutts people.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like a Dick Tracy kind of villain with that forehead like that.
Old squarehead.
Yeah. In a bizarre incident in Florida ended with a man hiding inside a portable toilet after allegedly stealing a construction worker's car and attempting to run him over. Jeez. According to the arrest affidavit, 43-year-old Joshua Molnix was arrested by the police department on October 27th after a chaotic chain of events that began around 4:16 p.m. Officers responded to a report of a stolen vehicle near the construction site off the coast of Cape Coral. The construction worker told police that Molnix emerged from a nearby beach wearing only sweatpants before trespassing onto private property.
He was on his way to the bowling alley.
Just sweatpants? Yeah, I guess you're right. That's fine. You can show up to that. When the worker asked him to leave, Molnix allegedly refused and tried to break into a shed. After failing to get inside, he reportedly noticed the worker's white Nissan SUV, which had been left unlocked with the keys inside.
Big mistake.
Yeah, Molnix jumped into the vehicle, started the engine, and aggressively accelerated towards the worker, according to the affidavit. The victim managed to leap out of harm's way before Molnix sped through the property gate toward Captiva, causing approximately $4,000 in property damage. A short time later, Lee County Sheriff's Office received a call about a suspicious male matching Molnix's description. Authorities said he had parked the stolen Nissan on another property before fleeing into a nearby porta-potty where he removed his pants. Yeah, he's trying to disguise himself.
Yeah, your description says man in gray sweatpants.
I don't got that. They ain't me.
I'm just a regular bowler.
I'm just a regular guy out for a stroll. When deputies arrived, Molnix allegedly burst out of the toilet, wielding 2 wooden stakes, and attempted to flee on foot. Where did he get these stakes from?
I think he had them with him in his sweatpants.
Yeah, okay. He's not vampire hunting or something. The deputy used a taser to subdue him before taking him into custody. Officers found a pair of gray sweatpants inside the porta-toilet, the very pants he was seeking to hide.
Very pants he was trying to return.
Molnix was transported to the hospital for evaluation and later booked into Lee County Jail. He faces multiple charges, including grand theft of a motor vehicle, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and criminal mischief. He posted $7,500 bail November 4th and was released from custody. His arraignment is scheduled for December 8th, just in time for the Christmas season. So
here's a guy who just wanders off the beach into private property wearing only his pants. Tries to break into a shed. Construction worker chases him off. He gets in the guy's SUV, smashes through the fence out onto the street. Police catch up to him. He runs and hides in a porta-potty, then emerges naked with 2 stakes and attacks the cops.
Yeah.
I have to do it.
This is a busy afternoon for this guy.
That's exactly what Kyle Reese did in Terminator 1. When he got transported back, he came back kind of like naked. He had to find sweatpants. He stole a car. He did some damage. He threatened cops. And exactly. This is like Terminator. This guy's from the future. Didn't know how to properly.
He's from the future.
Yeah. I think he's like the good guy from the future. Kyle Reese.
Are you going to
Kyle
fuck me
Reese.
now or not?
It's Kyle Reese who just didn't quite get cooked as he came through.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a shit.
Porta potty's right over there, buddy.
It's the alternate cut of Terminator when he goes up to that desk.
This guy had to be on some drugs, though. You'd imagine. You'd hope.
I hope so.
Yeah, you'd hope.
Otherwise, I don't know. Old squarehead there gonna go around headbutting naked people. Or no, he was naked.
He was naked, yeah. Did a lot of damage. I wonder how the car was. And he didn't drive that far, you know? So many questions.
Do you think when they released him on his own recognizance after making bail, they gave him his pants back?
Oh, of course, you got to. You can't keep it. That's theft. That's his property.
No, maybe they just burn him, or they're holding him for evidence, because said the police went in there and found them later, and that's the evidence that ties him to the crime.
You're right. You can go, but the pants stay.
The pants and the steak stay. You can have the SUV, though. We don't need that.
Surprised he didn't. And that head is big. That's a big head.
He's frustrated because he can't find hats to fit.
Yeah, that's why he's all pissed off. Got to go to the hat store. Give me your car. I got to go to the hat store.
Y'all have an 11-gallon hat by chance?
No.
Well, hey, everyone, thank you for hanging out on the Wednesday live show. Go to obdmpod.com or ourbigdumbmouth.com. We'll be back on Saturday, I believe. Yeah, I think so.
I'm back.
And until then, we put out a doom scrolling show last night.
How'd that go?
It went very well. We had a good time. Watched a lot of different videos.
Your wheel of doom?
The wheel of doom continues to spin. We are 9,000. We have to get to 9,000 points, or else we don't get to go to Walmart. And so, it's the fifth level, and we can't get it. Can't get there.
Don't smile there. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I know, it should be at Target. At least they're smiling at Target now. So, but until then, if you have the inkling, join the Discord, $1 a month, and if you have news stories, put them in there. We have channels. If you got stories you think we need to see, comments, questions, concerns, we can ask in the Discord.
Do it very slowly.
Yeah, do it slowly, though.
I guess you can do it slowly.
Well, thank you, Cratchit. Thank you, everyone. Shablagoo.
Keep watching the skis, because there's Kias out there that can go 107 miles an hour.
David,
I'm scared of you, sir, and I'm
Let's suck your dick. You can fuck me or get fucked by me. You can watch me fuck something. Just point at something in the room and I'll fuck it for you. Come on, just tell me what you want me to fuck.
Jesus Christ, MacGruber.
Just tell me what you want me to fuck.
That's about all.
Shablagoo. Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.
Well, now you know the rest of the story.
Gatorade and the Snickers bars and the coffee and the nachos and the cigarettes and the lottery tickets.